I am on a Zoom meeting with Mason Allen Dinehart III. You can look him up on Wikipedia. He is the first person in 1948 to play Clark Kent, Superman, in the serials of 1948. Mason, thank you for coming on.
My pleasure, Jason. Well, only the fact that it was years later that a motion picture aficionado emailed me and said we were searching for the original Superman and found out that it was you in 1948. And that was the first time I realized that I was the first actor to play Superman as a boy uh,
Yeah,
on film. I
yeah.
never had known that. And what an honor! What an honor and a thrill to be associated with such a superlative character.
Tell us what's your fondest memory, and can you give us a little background about the 1948 Superman film?
Well, it wasn't a film; it was a series.
It was
It,
a serial, yeah.
it was a serial, and it played at the Pantages Theater. I can remember seeing it there. And as young Clark Kent, I was asked to dive into a haystack
Yeah.
with my X-ray vision to find my mother's ring. And after three takes of diving into the haystack and not finding anything, they finally shot it the fourth time and put it where I could find it. So,
Good X-ray vision.
but the great thing about that experience was to meet Lois Lane because, of course, she played um, Superman's love not only in that serial, but in future Superman movies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Lois Lane was actually with Kirk Allen, who played Superman. He never got any recognition as a star, but he was good as Superman. He was very good.
Yeah.
But Lois Lane, I'll never forget. She was a wonderful, wonderful gal, and to see her then and repeated in the final film with George Reeves, and then finally in the movie with oh, I can't think of his name.
Would have been Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeve, yeah, Christopher Reeve. And Lois
So
Lane played Noel Neal played Lois Lane in that as well.
I'm Jason Brown,
I'm Jimmy T. Ethan Jacobson.
and we just got done watching Superman. We hope you enjoyed that intro with the first ever to play Clark Kent on the big screen, played at the Pantages in 1948. That was Mason Allen Dinehart III, a longtime friend of mine. And as a Superman fan, I knew him long before he ever told me he was Superman. And when he did, I was like one of the first persons that he called because he knows I got Superman tattooed to my leg. And I also got the great privilege in my life to meet
Gary Cooper.
no, Jackie Cooper,
Jackie Cooper.
who played Perry White in 1978 Superman. I had breakfast with him and his wife. So as a Superman fan, I have to say from the very beginning, I'm really happy with this movie. And I do have a bias because I really, really love Superman. I even like Superman Returns, so my viewpoint may not be the best judgment in this.
Or maybe it is.
It could be. Let's start with the standard questions. And
Can I ask one quick question? I'm just curious.
Sure.
When did you get the tattoo? Was it after you saw the first Superman movie? After you remember
well,
racing?
I was 11 when I saw the first Superman.
Right.
So yeah,
What was the tattoo? When did that come about?
tattoo came about somewhere in my 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just curious. I was wondering.
Yeah, and I remember going in for my second back, no, my second back surgery, and I was really afraid. And a friend of mine, I'm on the phone, I'm prepped and everything, and he says, "You've got this. Remember, you're Superman."
Oh,
And I thought that was really cool.
okay. That's very cool.
So,
Right.
and rest in peace. He was a good man.
Which shows how important Superman is in our culture and how much it's done for a lot of people on a lot of fronts.
It really has, and I have to say, I think James Gunn did a really good part in this. And before we go to the standard questions, my biggest concern while watching the trailers was, is Crypto the dog going to ruin the movie? And I don't think that he did. let's start with the standard questions, though.
Yeah, it's been
Did
so-
you like the movie?
And I did like the movie. Yes.
Okay.
I like the movie very much.
I absolutely love the movie. Of course, biased. I love Superman. There's not going to be too many Supermans I'm not going to enjoy. Would you watch it again?
Would I watch it again? I would watch it again, but it's interesting because I don't have an urge to go watch it. Like, that was so fantastic. I want to go watch it again, but I want to watch it again because there's a lot going on, and
Yeah.
and it was fun, and it kept me entertained the whole time.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So there was a lot going on, and a lot of stuff that kind of went over my head. I think maybe.
We'll talk about that in a minute because it's about the comic book stuff that you brought up. Would you watch it again, Jimmy?
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
it's like Purple Kryptonite. There's a bunch of cameos in the background.
They really are.
I'd like to. I want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
You miss so much. You're watching one thing and something
I
else.
was ready to cue it up one more time, to be honest with you. But like I said, I'm very biased.
and I know you purple krypton. I don't even know if that isn't the joke. Purple krypton.
There's different colors of kryptonite. They do different things to super.
Yeah, there's red kryptonite.
And a lot of people in this reached or no.
Yep.
That
No, just
okay.
were there two? There's green kryptonite, and what was the other one?
Wow.
I guess I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
So moving on with the review, would you buy it?
I would.
Would you download it illegally?
No, because I don't do those kinds of things.
That's right.
But if I were, if I did, I would say yes, I would. Yes, I would. I think it's gonna grow. I think I'm gonna walk away from this today, and I'm gonna be like, my God, that movie was awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna feel, I want to go see it again and that kind of stuff. And yes. So
Jimmy?
No, I wouldn't buy it, but I would watch it on all the paid subscriptions we have.
I will definitely add that to my collection and own that one. So I think the filming was phenomenal.
the filmmaking, just the
Yeah, well, just the overall, the filmmaking. I think the storyline was great. You did mention, though, a few things, Eve, just quickly, where there was some confusion if you didn't know the comic books. Could you explain that?
Well, it just seemed to me that I was confused, and I know a lot about these kinds of, I love these kinds of movies. I love all the DC movies, all of them. I love all the Marvel movies. I've read the comic books. I'm not one of the ones who's read every single comic book, my own wings. But I've spent the last, 2 months sitting online reading about the ones that do read about the, and so, and I know that there were not only Easter eggs, but there were just things in there that were just like, there's something, the characters they chose and just, all that stuff, which, I've heard they're comic book accurate and that kind of stuff. These are characters, some of them I never even heard of before. And so I could imagine somebody who just doesn't know about those kind of things at all. I think they would still enjoy this movie, especially coming to the theater, visit, to see it and stuff. But it's just that, it might be like, wow, what really was that? What's going on? I did like how it started out the way that it did. A lot. I loved it a lot. And so that was cool. And I think that the film itself is like, even if you don't even know, even if you've never read one comic book or seen any superhero movie, it's still a fun movie. It's still and it can stand on its own. So does that make sense?
Well, yeah, and I think what you're saying about the way that you liked the way that the movie started was the fact that we didn't have to have an origin story. Talked about 3 centuries, these super beings started, 3 decades ago, Superman came and it goes 3 days and so on. Not ruining anything for you. That's literally like the first minute and a half of the storyline. So we didn't have to have an origin story.
No, that was cool. It allowed friends to jump right in.
Jump right in. We didn't have to retell the story. And they set it up in a good way, I think, to move the franchise forward. So really happy with James Gunn. I really, when James Gunn came on, I trashed him. I was one of those trolls. I was very unhappy that they were getting rid of the Henry Cavill character. I liked the dark Superman storyline. I enjoyed that gritty, real feel. But I have to say, one thing that I didn't like about that is them taking out the John Williams Superman score. And although it's not fully back, it's in there. You get that tone to that 1978 Christopher Reeves. The colors, the titles to the end credits. I was really happy to see Superman back.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so I was upset in the beginning with James Gunn taking over and booting Henry Cavill because I think he did a really good job playing Superman.
Henry Cavill was amazing.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I was a troll.
David Corey Sweat was amazing though too as well.
He did a phenomenal on and Lois Lane and all of them and the new Barry White. Great kid. Barry White. Jimmy, do you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation with you and I?
I hope so.
It's not the Superman continuation. It's a new imagining of Superman.
Right.
And a lot of stuff is really fun because, okay, it didn't happen like that in the other ones, but it's cool the way that happened.
This is more comic book, I would say.
Yes. More comic. And there was a couple of scenes that were over the top. I said, I'm watching a movie about a guy from Krypton. Okay, nothing's over the top.
Right.
But yeah, I think all the characters are really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, he did.
He was
Phenomenal job.
delightfully hated.
You know, the other thing that I really liked about this is it was not your typical Lex Luthor Superman type of, the land grab or how they always have done in the end in the past movies. This is a completely different storyline.
I did draw me out of my brain.
Well, and yet there was still a lot of familiarity too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
follows along. There's certain things, I guess, because I always think about reimagining a new character, and I totally right about what you said. But at the same time, there was elements in there that were identical to, like, I guess that they have to always be in a Superman story. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I heard he was going to take it over, I thought we might be able to get a whole new, it might be a whole new kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But still Logan, there's still,
But he paid homage to the past, which I thought was really, really good. That's one thing that really bothered me about the Zack Snyder universe was the fact that they steered completely away from any of the historical Superman.
He paid homage, I think, to every single comic book and every single movie, including Snyder's versions of
Yes.
And not just Easter eggs, but just the way that he actually, because he didn't just direct it, he wrote it. In case anyone out there doesn't know this, he actually wrote the story and directed it.
Yeah. And he made sure that Green Lantern had the worst haircut possible.
Yes.
I love Nathan Fillion, but that was like, oh, come on, give us a break.
But that literally is the most comic accurate he could have been. If you guys
For that
go to read it, so, and right now we're going to put it up there and you'll see an image of what we're talking about. And yes, we are. We're going to show this. And you'll see it looks identical to how it was in the comic book.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have to go back to the comic books.
Yeah.
I need to go down to Bishop Art Supply and grab one and see Green Lantern from that time period. He did a great job playing that character for that period of comics of Green Lantern. You're absolutely right. No,
Yeah. It was interesting.
and I love the end line, and I'm not going to give it away, but he's like, "You're in."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Also, Jimmy Olsen, the actor that played him, did a great job.
Yeah.
It was outstanding.
His character was written really well, I think, because the Mom Ladies Van thing inside that was, you know what I mean, and he did do a good job acting. I agree, but I think that was good writing, with just making him that kind of character.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll have to ask my
We're
cousin.
be together forever now.
And I actually want to know. I want to know the answer.
I do have to ask my cousin what he thinks about it. He was Tom Welling,
Yeah.
Smallville.
He was in Smallville.
He was Tom Welling. Yeah, he was Superman.
Oh,
Superboy.
oh, okay. I never watched those.
You didn't watch those?
No.
Oh, those were good. That was a good series.
I had heard that this movie was
Smallville.
was released. Yeah, a lot of people felt that this movie was kind of didn't just pay homage to, but kind of follow on the same. I don't know. It was kind of like Smallville in a way. That they took a lot from Smallville, and there was another one. It's like Lois and Clark.
Yeah, Lois and Clark.
That's what I'd heard. There.
Dean
King.
Kane.
That's right. Yeah, I never did. I personally never watched those. I never got into them.
Oh, I did. That's like I said, biased. Watch anything super.
Yeah, I was biased too. I just liked it. If it wasn't on the movie screen, and to me it wasn't legit. That's changed over the years now because the landscape is.
All right, how many thumbs up? E?
How many thumbs up? I'm gonna give it 1.5 thumbs.
1.5.
Yeah.
Jimmy? Yeah, I'm a 2 thumbs up. Hey, thanks for watching our
Okay, when it's hot and you can't work outside, come to the Bishop Twin Theater. Air conditioning. Come to the Bishop Twin Theater. It's cool inside. They've got drinks. They've got food.
They even have beer.
And it's also the best place, absolutely, without a doubt, to watch this movie.
Oh, you need to see this on a big
You
screen.
got you. We
Do not wait till this comes to HBO, man. You're gonna, yeah,
Great point. Yeah.
And I do want to dismiss the woke part. I did not see anything that would be a part of the wokeness that they're trying to say with James Gunn and all that stuff. It was a really good movie without a hidden agenda. So, thank you for if you stuck all the way through here. If you watched the intro to Mason Allen Dinehart coming on and being a part of our interview, you can watch the full one here in a couple days. We'll put it up on our YouTube channel.